Hey kids, up next we got a brand new episode of Cheap Seats from our current 4th season. Tonight we turn our snarky gaze towards the worlds of competitive juggling and ultimate Frisbee. The fact that either of these sports ever appeared on ESPN serves as a stark reminder that there was once a time when ESPN did not have contracts with the NFL, MLB, NBA, or the NHL. It's our sport or hobby episode, and it flies in your face next on Classic. Here's one hint, people. Keep your eyes on the balls at all time.
Cheap Seats! Listen to this rocking song. It's 27 seconds long. This is our new Cheap Seats theme. Season 4, we have a dream to teach the children how to laugh with the help of our great staff. Going farther than Ron Parker. Comedy was never darker. This ain't no time to be a slouch. Join the boys here on the couch. They'll take you on a nasty ride in the vault of U.S. pride. Cheap Seats! Doing it! USA! America!
Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Seats. Today we'll be looking at an Ultimate Frisbee Championship match from 1989 and the 2004 World Juggling Championships. I can't believe they have a championship of juggling. Anybody can juggle. Even I can juggle. Dude! That was ESPN's only footage of Lou Gehrig's final game. So there's a backup. Lou Gehrig's final game backup copy. See? There's a backup. So I don't know why you're freaking out. The theme for today's show is sport or hobby. We're going to spend the next half hour watching juggling and ultimate Frisbee tournaments, all in an effort to determine whether these events are sports or hobbies. It's a difficult debate with many nuances and variables, so the answer won't be easy to come by. The truth is, nobody can really say for sure whether these events are in fact sports or hobbies. So the first hobby we're going to watch is juggling. Let's head out to Las Vegas, ball juggling capital of the world. Really? I thought it was the Castro. When the product's weak, overproduce. Hen, where's Teller? Home, silently thanking Jesus that he wasn't asked to co-host.
Today we're going to be showing you the very best from the advanced ball competition.
Advanced balls. Translation, shriveled.
And joining me again is one of the world's smartest men when it comes to juggling.
That might be the most backhanded compliment ever. It's like saying, today I'm joined by one of the world's tallest men when it comes to midgets.
Garfield from Los Angeles.
I hear Jason is pretty modest.
I'm the best juggler here.
But as a human being, I'm clearly the worst.
If you exclude me and say maybe you're not, and perhaps you might want to pick somebody else.
Something Jason's heard more than a few times on J-Day.
Jugglers that I would consider to be the best here based on what prop category we're talking about. So, say in the ball category, if we're not saying me,
we're not.
There would be.
He's going to say him.
No, it's me. In the balls, it's me.
Yep. Nobody handles balls like you, Garfield.
Mainly in competition is that it's. You know, some people say, you know, it's like meditation, be one with the objects. No, it's you against them. It's a war.
It's about spreading freedom through the balls.
And you're constantly trying to keep them from doing what they want to do, so they're trying to get you. And
they're trying to get you? The balls are? Have you heard of Hell Doll?
Which they've had more experience with. So I'm trying to do something unnatural, and they don't
like hair extensions.
Very upset about it. So when I actually do pull off a routine with some level of success, it's a triumph, and
because I'm awesome at juggling.
We're basically fighting, and the fight is over. And
anyone else want to check his freezer for body parts?
Now, this whole routine has a start value of 10, mainly
end value. Priceless.
Which get you connection bonus points. And he has some...
We hate you, Jason. Your bald head mocks us. This is a war you can't win. A war of gravity.
Now, this combination coming up gets Jason bonus points up the yin-yang.
Probably not the best place to store your bonus points.
360 and then back into a 3-up 360.
Perfect.
It's a total of 0.5.
Is it wrong for me to want him to screw up?
Points on this.
Oops. Yes! His balls dropped. In related news, Ryan Seacrest is still waiting.
We will kill you, Jason!
Yes!
That would be an E-level move if he pulls it off.
I thought you had to be a Scientologist to reach level E.
Wow.
Man, he can really bend over to catch those balls. I feel like he works out too much for this sport. No, it seems about right.
Behind the back at the same time. Most of you can't even stand in that position.
I thought he was going to say most of you can't even stand Jason. And he would have been right. Are they playing the music out of a clock radio?
So now this is a very complicated shower routine.
Complicated shower routine? It's lather, rinse, repeat. Really not that complicated. They don't do the complicated shower routine in France. Why? Because it's complicated.
And there's a shower under a shower under a shower.
It's like an MC Escher drawing, only more hateful.
I want to point out again that his arms do not have to be that big to do these tricks.
But apparently his ego does.
And I'll tell you, even Jason.
What? He's still going? I thought this was a competition, as in competitors, plural.
A little trouble with 7 here.
Yeah, take that, balls. Worst machismo ever.
Touch them a second longer.
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that Jason Garfield is single, just like I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that he's bald. Fortunately, we're here to help him with both of those things, except for the baldness. But the being single thing, that's right in our wheelhouse, because Randy and I have started our very own dating service, Cheap Dates. And we've taken the liberty of creating a video profile for you, Jason Garfield. Ladies, take a look and tell me that you wouldn't want to start shopping for rings with this guy. Not juggling rings, rings, you know, to get engaged. Just take a look.
It's you against them. It's a war. They're constantly trying to beat you. So I'm trying to do something unnatural, and they don't really understand it, but they're very upset about it. And you're trying to keep them from doing what's natural, which is just letting gravity bring them to the ground, which they've had more experience with. It's a triumph, and I'm done with them. You know, we're not getting along. We're basically fighting, and the fight is over, and now get out of here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cheap Seats. It's our sport or hobby episode, and we're currently in the middle of the 2004 World Juggling Championships, hosted by Penn Jillette. I know he's a magic guy, but how did he get this gig? I'm glad you asked. It's an interesting story. Penn went in for an audition at the WJF and said, I have got a great act for you. And the auditioner said, what is it? And Penn said, well, I come out with my family and start juggling bowling pins, which my wife promptly lights on fire. Then my daughter on the floor. My son, without missing a beat, picks up and starts juggling and then tosses the to me, which I proceed to juggle at the same time as the flaming bowling pins. Then my wife, who at this point has also grabs the flaming bowling pins from me and starts while my son, hands still in his own, thereby dousing the flames. And then the auditioner says, wow, that's some act. What do you call it? And Penn said, what, the Aristocrats? No, the Gillette Family Jamboree. What? Okay, you clearly don't get the joke. Let's just get back to the juggling.
In an attempt to get Jason to talk about someone other than himself,
we declined to interview him.
Favorite in this event.
Yep, gravity's working, just like I told it to.
He doesn't do balls and clubs, and that's something...
Because he doesn't have to.
I'm doing all 3 events. I'm doing Ironman.
Jason's a 5-tool juggler. Well, you got the tool part right.
5 club moves, 7 ball moves, 7 ring moves. I'm doing everything.
Except being modest.
Because what you have in this combination of failure is not only the failure, but it's the pain associated with the failure.
And the failure associated with the inability to cope with the pain associated with the failure.
Not only have you basically broken or split your fingernail in half, which...
I had no idea the guy from Anthrax juggled. Neither did he.
It's basically like you're shooting a free throw, and then you miss, and someone punches you right in the nose.
Which, incidentally, would get you back to the line shooting 2. And is that really a failure?
Can't you just, you know, punch me in the nose and let me get the trick?
I'm down with that. Okay, believe it or not, this is where he starts to get crazy.
They're not punished. And if you just pick up an object and do it again, they think, oh, I can just do that as long as I want. And they do. You take a club, you throw it against the wall, you break it, it'll never do that again.
Because it's broken.
I don't think anybody else here is doing everything. So they won't lose as much as me, but they're not trying as much as me.
3 at 360 right into overhead throws, and he executed it flawlessly.
Just like his ex-girlfriend.
The most. I have seen him throw a ring against the wall and shatter it to pieces.
But in his defense, that ring was kind of asking for it.
He really does not get along.
Yes!
Oops.
Tannenbaum kids.
No, they did not go. I was fine. They were acting up, and they've reached the point where they don't care anymore. Not watching, doesn't matter. They're insane.
Well, they learn from the best. Han doing his best teller.
Oh, you know, it's interesting, very interesting for me, because in Russia,
Only rings we have are rings around Thailand.
Never seen